In the last 24 hours, many families across the world have been left heartbroken in mourning their loved ones, especially families from India, families across Great Britain, families across the Portuguese community, and some Canadian family. After Air India aircraft crashed few minutes after taking off from the airport, thereby wasting the lives of 241 passengers on board that very aircraft. But wait a minute, that is not even all. This very aircraft that crashed has led to the death of many other persons that as we speak, about 315 persons have been recorded to have lost their lives from this very incident. Now let's get into details. This very Air India aircraft, Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner, was actually delivered to Indian Air in December 2014. This very Boeing aircraft took to the sky the very first time in 2013, and about barely 1 year later it was delivered to Indian Air. That is to say that this Boeing Dreamliner has been in operation for more than a decade. It has served, the airline company for more than a decade, and this is the very first time, according to investigators, that Boeing Dreamliner is experiencing a crash. Investigators, meanwhile, are still working, tirelessly to unravel what actually happened. More so, this very aircraft is a London-bound aircraft which took off from Ahmedabad, a city in Gujarat, and shortly after taking off, this very aeroplane was seen crashing back again near the airport. But the saddest part of this very crashing experience was that this very aeroplane crashed into a medical college. Just imagine, some persons comprising of medical doctors, both senior and junior medical doctors, who were sitting comfortably at the medical college mess, met their untimely death for the singular reason that this very aeroplane crashed into their mess, into that medical college. And as a report has it, over 70 persons have been confirmed dead from this very experience at the medical college. In fact, some media outlet had already reported that 75 persons have been confirmed dead from the medical college, while 45 persons are hospitalized. Well, at this point, I would have to echo it again. Life is only but a gift. Every passing day you wake up from your sleep and find out that you're still alive, be grateful to God. Be grateful for who you are and for what you are, irrespective of what you have not achieved. All these persons we are talking about, baggages were packed, pictures were taken, goodbye were said, but unfortunately, they did not live to see the end of their journey. The most heartbreaking part of this very incident is that this young man you see here is an Indian national. He's by the name Pratik Yoshi. He's a software professional who has been living in Britain, who has been living in London for the past 6 years, and he had always had the dream of giving his family the very best of life. The wife is a medical doctor and he had 3 younger kids. He went to India to bring his family back into London. Don't forget, the wife is a medical doctor, but very unfortunately, irrespective of their title and whatever they may have achieved in life, including those 3 younger kids, all of them were part and parcel of the lives that was wasted or that were wasted in this very aeroplane crash. And miraculously, to the glory of God in heaven, there is only one survivor from this very aircraft crash. How it happened, it is not yet, known. It is not yet revealed, as investigators are still on top of their game. This young man, Kumar Ramesh, is a 40-year-old British Indian national. He is the only man who survived this very ugly incident. Don't forget that in that very flight that carried 242 passengers, 169 of them were Indians, 53 of them were British nationals, 7 of them were of Portuguese extraction, while 1 of them is a Canadian. All of these persons lost their lives, excluding this sole survivor, Mr. Ramesh Kumar, who is 40 years old. And as the story has it, he was seated on seat number 11A. What a miraculous seat. Well, that is exactly how life treats every one of us on daily basis, and that is why I keep echoing it, that life is only but a gift. And for those who would say that they will not fly aircraft any longer, well, like I said, when the hour shall come, no man knows. The doctors that lost their life at the medical college, they were safe in their residential home. They were safe in their establishment. Little did they know that an aircraft was going to crash into their building to end their life untimely. That is exactly the mystery of life and death. You cannot tell precisely when it shall come. My only prayer at this hour is that the good Lord will comfort the families of the bereaved and give them the fortitude to bear this irreparable loss. And I pray that the good Lord will also spare our lives through His grace, that we may experience long life in this physical world before that unknown, untold hour shall come, that we may fulfill a greater percentage of our destiny, the reasons why He created us. At this hour, I will allow you to be the judge. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section and share this video. Man, another person, Siam. God bless you.
Yes, my people, sharply make we enter another new market. Story full ground.
There are some interesting developing stories around the Indian Air that crashed in the last 24 hours. Precisely Boeing 787-8 dreamliner aircraft, which crashed back just few minutes after taking off from the airport and crashed near the Ahmedabad airport in the state of Gujarat in India. And there was only but one survivor, one Mr. Vishwash Kumar Ramesh. Now here are the developing but very interesting stories surrounding the survival of this young man. As we speak, this 40-year-old man is currently receiving treatment in one of the Ahmedabad, civil hospital in that same city where the aircraft crashed. And according to the head doctor or the head of surgery, one Dr. Patel, who is also a professor, he has confirmed that although there were stains of blood from the video clip that surfaced online when this young man walked out of the aircraft, but he is not badly injured, that in fact that he will be discharged in the next days to reunite with his family and friends. He went further to say, however, that Mr. Ramesh is currently under critical observation. More so, when the survivor was asked how he managed to escape from the crashing or from the crashed aircraft, he maintained that everything happened so fast and too quickly that he cannot even explain. That all he could remember was that few seconds after the aircraft took off from the airport, there was a loud noise, there was a loud stroke. He said immediately he thought that the aircraft was simply trying to accelerate, only to see with his eyes that the aircraft had crashed into the medical college. And he said immediately he saw that his door was open, and then immediately he unbuckled the seat belt and jumped out of the aircraft. And now here are other developing information surrounding his survival. Information has it that this young man, Mr. Kumar Ramesh, originally was not booked for seat number 11A. That at some point before the aircraft, departed, that he changed his seat number into 11A. Don't forget that he was seated at 11A when the aircraft, crashed. But originally, that was not the seat he booked for. And his own brother that he was traveling with was seated at 11J, the other side of the aircraft. And guess what? The 11A where he's seated was just very close to the left wing of the aircraft. And beside that wing of the aircraft is an emergency exit door. And according to the information that we can clearly see on the internet space, it is obvious that Mr. Vishwash Kumar Ramesh was not the one who opened the emergency exit door, as it's currently being speculated by some public opinion that perhaps this young man was the one who opened the emergency exit door before the crash, which many speculated that if that is the case, or if that was the case, that singular act would have contributed to the instability of the aircraft and leading to immediate crashing of the aircraft. But from what we have seen on the internet space, and from the information that was made available by the survivor, he was not the one who opened the emergency exit door. And more so, experts across the world, especially from the United States of America, have argued that it is almost near impossible for anyone seated at seat number 11A, for anyone sitting at the front wing of the aircraft to survive plane crash, that according to scientific data that is available, that it is almost impossible. And this is singular reason why a British Parliament member had earlier described the survival of this young man as being miraculous. So many other news outlets, experts and individuals have also lent their voices to say that his survival is purely miraculous, while some claim it is fate, while some are saying it has something to do with the seat number 11A, or it has also something to do with his person or with his personality. But whatever may be the case, I can say to a large extent that it is part of his destiny to survive such a horrific, incident, such a tragic incident, which has left many families mourning the irreparable losses of their loved ones. Well, at this point, we will continue to look out for more credible information, as the Indian Air has requested for support from American experts to help them on investigation to unravel the mystery behind the crashing of that very Indian Air Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner. And at this point, I will allow you guys to be the judge. Do not forget to let me know what you think in the comment section, and share this video. My another person, Siam. God bless you.